Hello, everybody, and welcome back to
Boo, you whore.
a show about whatever the fuck we want. My name is Benji, and I still have TikTok because I waited more than 3 hours.
My name is Mac, and I don't want to give an intro, so I won't.
And you just did, Mom.
Uh,
Did she?
Um, my name is Mikey and TikTok on the clock, but the party don't stop because they lifted the ban.
And my name is Morgan, and I don't know why we're making a bunch of TikTok jokes. Like, come on, that was so 24 hours ago.
And so is the band. And because we're because we're not on TikTok and we didn't have to worry about the band, we get to review another episode of. That's right, we are reviewing episode 3 of season 17.
Woo!
Period. Bow, 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 bow. Okay, so we get straight into it. We get back from the non-elimination, and the girls are not having it a single fucking bit. None. They said, Corey said, I'm ready for the competition to dwindle. The girl said, yeah, I'm ready for her to go home. She's just won a trip to Vegas. She can have her bags packed already. She's good.
And I think the frustration of having somebody not go home is also exacerbated by the fact that this girl came in being like RuPaul picked me, and now
Hmm.
she's the girl that got saved. Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah, it was
mhm.
it was a double whammy of like, okay, we also want people to leave, and we're not really excited about that. And then we also don't like this diva. We're not featuring this diva, and she's still here.
They said, oh, except for Serena Cha-Cha. And listen,
Serena should have
I
been saved.
so yes, I very much get yeah, okay, competition bye. Goodbye. But well, we'll see how this thing turns out. So we get to the other piece of after deliberation tea, and Lana calls out Joella for not, I guess, not featuring her during her performance and saying that her song was mid.
And
Joella's really one to talk about a mid song.
but
Listen,
did she lie? She may
Nobody said she lied.
she may have had the audacity, but she
uh,
never told a lie.
she definitely had a lot of nerve. She did.
And the only thing that the girls were clocking were like, "Girl, how are you going to be the one to say that?" But nobody was
Like,
like, "And
was
she's also
somebody
wrong."
else could say something if
Yeah.
anybody wanted to speak up. Um,
And they did it.
Sorry, I have to be the martyr, Miss Joella.
But
But
no,
Miss Joe, don't forget the Ella, you know,
Joey Ella.
she really thinks highly of herself, and that's not necessarily a bad quality to have.
No.
Exactly. That's my favorite kind of drag queen. Like you have to be a bit delusional.
And here's the thing, even if you have the talent and the skill to back it up, like those girls still, like, it's okay to be a little bit cocky and to know it.
Hmm.
It's just funny when
It's good
it's
TV.
delusion.
It's just good TV.
Listen, I agree. I'm with Morgan on the like, yes, I want the top shelf kind of bitch. But I'm also with Morgan on the fact that she needs to be able to back it up. And at least on film, on air, on celluloid, she has not given yet.
And
But
don't
it's like
forget the
Scylla. It's
Ella,
it's why we
Ella.
were living for Scylla in Dracula this past season, because she, you know what I mean? Like, we were living for the drama that she brought because she was delusional.
Yeah, I
We were
was
living. Who's we?
I was living for a hot mess who
Exactly.
just so
But
happens to be
You
named Scylla.
and
you were living for the
y'all were rooting for
entertainment.
the drama too when she was going off with Miss Aurora. You weren't rooting for her, but you were rooting for the drama.
Aurora was
Well,
also
I'm
letting her
rooting
have
for
it.
Joella.
Um,
Delusion.
but quite shortly after, Miss Hormona Lisa said, "So when you were rating a queen, did your wig stay attached, or did you have to hold on to that too?" And I was like, "You
Clogged.
you better be saved and absolutely snatch her throat."
Clogged.
Like Joella's weak comeback of it would have been glued down if I had to lip sync like you.
No, literally. And then Harmona then replies with, "Yeah, with your original look, with the uneven hem and the tag sticking out in the back, but it's original. I got it."
Is it off the rack?
I was literally like, "Oh," she said, "I may be saved, but I'm not having it.
I
Y'all
need
are
to
gonna
give more
clock me
TV.
today. I live."
She said, "Y'all can be delusional, but I'm gonna remind you what's reality.
Mm-hmm.
You can clock me all you want, but you
And
should have been
then
down there."
and then Joella had the audacity to tell her to go fix her mug, and that was the best that she had for Reed to reply.
Which is like not even tea about Hormona. Hormona actually paint
Harmona's
really
face is
gorge.
stamped.
Mama, flip that and reverse it.
Joel.
Joella, fix your mug. That would have been my reply if she said, "Girl, fix your mug."
It,
Fix your mug.
it was giving very Morgan McMichaels versus
Mhm.
Summers Madison.
Fix my
I'm my
Baby, you
mug.
do need to
mug,
fix your mug.
bitch.
Honey,
I
you
don't need
do
to
need to
fix my
fix your
mug,
mug.
bitch.
So we get back into the workroom in regular and out of drog, and Anya
Out
makes a
of what?
very drog, and Anya makes a very astute observation. She's like, "Okay, so I got two games to play with the girls. I got to play one with the girls, and then I got to play the competition."
And she
Which I,
failed the with the girls one. The 17.
ah,
2 + 2 carried the 4.
She said, "I'm going
wow.
to focus on that competition because that's the one that really matters." And fuck you, bitches.
They were like, "Oh, do you think we'll do Ready Queen again?" Everyone's like, "Oh, no, I don't want it."
No.
We got something better than just another Raider Queen.
Yes, we have
The
messy
producer
queens.
said, "We have the results of the Rated Queen.
Oh
Let's be
yes,
messy."
we'll get into that again in just a fucking moment, and have Miss Paul deliver them herself. So the mini challenge
Rude.
was inspired by Monopoly. All of them had to go through and pick out a certain property.
I'll just say something. This was weird.
It was because it didn't really do too much after except set the maxi challenge. Like there
And
was
it
no
also
you
was
win
like really
25.
long.
Yeah, it was all they win a small sum of money, not you win 2,500 doll hairs, nothing.
Yeah, it
And
was like very random,
like
really.
it's just I think the weirdest thing to me is that in terms of like brand co-sponsorship,
Yeah,
RuPaul's Drag Race is now on the same level as McDonald's.
Yeah.
literally. And Coke, like Coca-Cola.
Like
Like
they get so many sponsors, it's crazy.
They got to change the sponsor of who wins the grand prize, Mary. Like,
Literally. And like now it's sponsored by Las Vegas.
by Vegas.
yes, by
Like,
literally
hello.
the state of Vegas.
Now, what do you mean? Like, is it just like, oh, you get to go to Vegas? Is it anything
I
Well,
mean,
specific?
that's part of it, is it not?
she said like the Vegas catchphrase or like
Yeah,
their slogan.
yeah, the
Question
city,
mark.
And it
literally the city of Vegas.
and it seems like even if the girls lose the lip sync, they still get a trip to Vegas when they get eliminated. So
Literally.
Okay, but what does that mean? It's like, oh, the girls who live in LA, he's like gas money. You can drive to Las Vegas now.
Because
girl,
Gas
because
money.
Vegas is like an 8 to 10 hour drive, girl.
Literally.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Mama,
girl,
I've done
do
it.
you even drive 8 to 10 hours
I was
in
about
New
to say,
Zealand?
if you
Like,
drove 8 to 10 hours in New Zealand, you'd be doing laps, mom.
Not laps.
she'd have driven off the cliffs into those shark infested waters. Dip into those
Waters,
shark infested
the
waters.
waters of Darien Lake.
Ooh.
Oh my God. Okay, but the properties do set us up for the Maxi Challenge. Monopulence, so it's a design challenge where the properties that they selected, um, they get to choose from a different amount of materials that are placed in that area for them.
Hmm.
However, the girlies that they match areas with are not a team, it is all individual. So whatever they have for them to
Clarify
use
that, honey.
is
Clarify that.
up to them, single individual decisions, and not a moment less. And Rue made a point to point that out.
As they always do, like you're coming up and you're grabbing your materials for your design look.
Exactly.
And
Hmm.
also, the materials that you can use are the ones that are on this table.
Yeah, yeah, oh, we'll
Wait,
get into that.
Oh.
We got a lot of gates today, girlies.
did you
So,
stone those tights?
Oh, you're smiling.
Not for long.
now I had a very simple question for the girlies that like to come on Drag Race and not know how to fucking sew.
Girl, I'm sick. I'm
Why?
so sick and tired. Like,
Why?
okay, just let me speak for 1 second because, okay, as somebody who does not sew, has no sewing skill whatsoever, if I were for some strange reason cast on RuPaul's Drag Race and I did not take a sewing class out of time, send me home. I know I should go home. Like this is crazy. Like I'm not I give nobody any leisure anymore. Like you know this is season 17 and there are so many international franchises like there is going to be a sewing challenge every single there's going to be multiple.
Well,
Like
in defense, I feel like spending all, the money it takes to take a sewing class, like Joella, don't forget the Ella, was seeing Katy Perry a million times.
no
So, like,
literally.
you had to take priorities.
And like you don't have to take like a sewing class per se. Bring a pattern. They let you bring a pattern. This is something that queens talk about. Like Trixie brought a literal cutout pattern onto All Stars 3. Like these are things people do. Make a tube dress.
Bob admitted to doing it and bringing it on 8, and I think they
Yeah,
openly talk about it during the season, during the challenge.
exactly. Like bring one thing you know you can make and just make that because it's going to be better than making nothing.
Hmm.
Like and they even said it in the episode. You don't have to sew everything. Get out that hot glue gun. Make
Hmm.
something.
Hmm.
But these girls like have never made a look in their lives, never attempted to. So
I
they're
would
like,
love to
"What?"
put them in season three's format and see what happens.
They
So
Ooh.
they
said, "I
had
bought this from Claire's."
three design challenges.
Like
I
it's
think it's
really crazy to
important
me.
too. Like, yes, I do understand that they have packages and that you're on TV, mother. You have to look and act a certain way. Like, for the not look and act, but you have to look a certain way, especially because of what it means to you in the future for bookings. Like, I get that.
Hmm.
But, sister, they're also looking for that ingenuity, that difference, that nuance. Like, girl, go, just make yourself a cute little tube dress and personalize it and be done with it.
Not really. Hot glue gun for the win.
I mean, we've seen Georges literally win a design challenge by making what look like cookie cutter
Literally.
plastic things tied
I'm
together with maybe hot
listen.
glue.
I may not have agreed with that decision for her to win, but I can't say she didn't look sickening in it.
Exactly. And the thing with RuPaul, and we'll see it this episode as well. Sometimes it's not just about the craftsmanship that gets you in the top. Sometimes the way you sell your garment is enough to get recognized. So walk out there with confidence. Don't walk out there and look like you literally want to.
Right,
Like,
yeah,
don't do that. Don't look like you literally hate your whole life
literally.
because they're going to cloak you. And they're going to be like, well, yes, you should feel that way, but
You're like,
You
oh,
shouldn't
so
have
you
let
really
us
didn't
know
like your
that.
outfit? No, no, Diva. Like,
No, I didn't. Oh, could you tell by the mascara running down my face I didn't like it?
oh my God. The first visual I got when you said mascara running was Trinity the Tuck during All Stars 4 with the funeral challenge.
Bye.
That was the first thing I thought of. Oh, and Rue just loves to call Lydia just butthole.
Just butthole.
Just
Mm-hmm.
butthole.
And I live for that.
I
As
do.
as the number one Lydia Butthole Collins stan
Listen,
on the
oh,
You're a
panel.
stan of everyone,
the way that
apparently.
during her promo they put a C instead of a K, and I just recently clocked that when doing the
It
yeah!
was an homage to me.
That's why I said y'all had the same last name.
The House of
Hmm.
Collins. Oh my God.
Colleen.
I didn't know you were her drag her drag mother Morgan.
I'm her drag daughter. I came out of
Uh,
her butthole.
I love
Let's say
that.
stepmother.
Came right over her butthole.
I'm
That's
the mother that
wow.
stuffed up.
So Mama Rue, Miss Paul, aka Production, left the dossier right flat on the workroom table for all the
Hmm.
girls to see. And it wasn't just like, oh yeah, first, like second, blah 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 blah.
It was
No,
like,
it
here's who voted
said
for who.
literally, and in what place. And this is why you got this.
Hmm.
These are the
Hmm.
people you need to be mad at
And,
now.
and here's her credit score. Like literally just so vulnerable.
Social
Hmm.
security.
And then Joella clocking, and Joella was real because Miss Lana was causing this big commotion. You did. We gave you your flowers, girl. We gave you your flowers about your performance, and then you come in here and you're negative. And how could you? How dare you? We gave you your flowers. Cut. Cut to everybody's ranking, and y'all are putting me in the bottom after saying you gave me my flowers. Like, oh, I
No,
see.
but actually,
No, ma'am.
well,
That was shade.
the gates don't stop there, honey. We literally get to Jewel Gates, Stone Gates,
Ooh.
where we cut to the next day where everyone's still working on their garments and getting ready for the runway. And cut to Miss Lexi Love saying that she had to let Miss Hormona Lisa have it this morning because Hormona was caught putting her own stones from a dresser that she had from her own that was not on that table onto her dress. And she let
Hmm.
production know, and production had to remove them. And Miss Hormona Lisa was a sour, bitter Betty.
Hmm. Oh, that image of her,
I love that. That was so funny. I cackled
like,
watching
Just
Sadness do that. I mean, Homer and Elisa. It's such a fun visual. Great
her. If
gift
anybody has
material.
any extra time, you can come help me.
now Miss Thing was bitter, but in the same token, I was like, "Girl, you knew you weren't supposed to do that. You knew."
Well, this is all alleged, Benji, because she said she didn't know, actually.
No, I was born at night, but not last night. Like,
Well, now her bob might be covering her ears, so she might not have heard that little part.
Exactly. Like, sometimes when you have a severe bob like that, it, like, doesn't really work
and
the
yet when
hearing.
Sadness had a bob, she could still hear, and she had no ears to begin with.
Well, she's
Not
also
the little
blue.
sadness. And that helps hearing.
And both things can be true.
I've
Um,
heard that.
Oh, but we know the real tea that Lexi had spilled online though about this though, right?
oh yes, I was just about to talk about that because it looks
Hmm.
like Miss Harmona Lisa wasn't the only one.
Oh yeah, Lexi clocked
So
two girls.
she also clocked Miss Susie Toot,
Hmm.
Oh,
She
But
sure
only one
did.
of the two divas talked
got
about it on
aired.
camera.
Yep.
So,
see, one of them is
And
smart,
only one of them sat there pouting about it while she ripped off the
No,
stones.
literally.
literally.
and then proceeded while presenting her outfit to talk once again in the confessional chair about the
Hmm.
stones. I think I could have won the challenge if I had my stones.
Well, some people are good at producing a storyline, and clearly Harmona Lisa is all about giving us some storylines,
And
which I
is.
respect. Follow the bit. Follow the bit wherever it takes you.
I mean,
And
she
Probably
like
hard
followed
to.
it. She followed it
she so
bitterly.
far is like one of the most visible divas. Like
Yeah.
Mhm.
if we're talking Edgic, like she's got a five.
OTTN.
OTT and
But
five.
it's a five. But it's
Yeah.
But it's a five.
Fives across the board.
Honestly, I'll say OTTM because I don't think it's just purely negative either.
To who?
all of the positive is from
Miss
RuPaul.
Hormona Lisa.
All the positives from RuPaul
Exactly.
to Ms.
But
Butthole.
she's not all, like wrong all the time either. Like we see her being correct.
No, and like
Yeah, I get that.
she ends up like as much of a meme as it was, like she turned out a gorgeous garment at the end of the day. Like she's a
Oh,
seamstress.
Oh,
oh,
and
and
did.
we'll get to it. That
And
diva.
did. I can't wait.
She's
But
a seamstress, so
before that, we have to discuss another gate before the runway, and that is Trim Gate. That is Trim Gate because Miss Ma'am. This happens now 5 minutes later, and Jules is upset at Miss Anya because Miss Anya asked, "Oh, are you using this trim?" Jules said yes, and Anya decided to take it anyway and use it for her garment. And I'm kind of on the fence with both because Anya also rebuttals with like, listen, it's not just for you just because you claimed it. Everyone has the same access to these materials if you were in the same group with that table. I don't know why you feel so fucking entitled to have the entire thing.
Now,
mhm.
were you during this little heated debate or argument, were you hashtag Team Anya or hashtag Team Jules?
I have
At
a controversial opinion.
at first, I was Team Miss Jules because I'm like, yes, if I'm gonna be a sister about it and be like, hey, you asked me, I did say something, then okay, I'll let it go because Jules also helped Anya with her outfit. But hearing Anya, I'm like, okay, I am like maybe 25% Team Anya because it's like you don't own this, it's communal. Like, yes, you could
Mhm.
ask and do this, that, and the third, but she was playing the game at that point, and I couldn't be mad at her either.
And I think like I'm kind of team both of them. Like I feel like both of them made points. And I'm also really team Anya in that like Jules didn't need to be like talking about it
Exactly.
with Miss
There are
Arietti
two
or whoever it
separate
was. Like,
ordeals happening.
Yeah,
yeah,
she went to
like
the cheesemate corner first
as
and
if
then dealt with it.
Anya wasn't sitting right
Right
there.
there.
Girl,
Like, that
girl,
was
we are right beside
crazy.
each other and you're not whispering.
Right. Like she wasn't being
You're
cute, she wasn't
speaking.
being quiet. She was just like spilling the tea. And it's like if you're pressed, bring it up and address it with the person you're mad at.
Exactly. Say it to me, sister. Because that's my thing. My thing is like, am I team Jules in the incident that occurred? Yes, because it is very clearly stated you're supposed to go up and get the things that you wanted. You asked
Mhm,
about it. She said, no, you can't have it.
mhm.
And then you still took it, which is rude and it's disrespectful. And it's against the like good nature of competition. Like, you did not get that. You should not be using that, period.
No, exactly.
However, Jules not saying that to her sister and instead talking shit about her right beside her, I'm suddenly Team Anya because, and yes, I did actually take it. And are you going to do something about it?
Right.
Because I already did it. So are you
She
going to go take
a
them
Right.
off?
And like and Jules was getting pressed about it after the garments are already made. Like they're getting in drag.
And did
They're
y'all
getting ready
see?
to go on the runway.
Did y'all see the pit stop?
I
No.
no.
think wait, who was the guest?
Naomi.
Naomi
Yes,
Smalls.
yes, I did see it.
Naomi saying, "Now, girl, now being me, I would have had to go collect them off of the garment because you're not about to
Exactly.
go take my you're not about to take my jewels. So if I saw that you were doing that, and then I told you about it, and you still said no, I'm gonna go take them off of the garment for you because those are mine, and I wanted them for mine, and so they'll be going on mine." Which I would have respected hella from Jules to be like, actually,
So
I'm
what
gonna
you
pull
want to
Alexi
do
Love here,
so
producers.
so what you want
Yeah.
to
I
do
want
isn't
my
necessarily
my
what you're gonna
jewels.
do.
Imagine if the producers had to get involved twice during this episode.
Girl,
They would never do a sewing challenge
And
again.
they break the four. They
can we
did
just be
have to
so
get involved
thankful?
twice.
Let's hold hands, girls. Can we just be so thankful that we're getting such a good drama-filled season? Like everybody's looking for drama like this.
Listen.
Like, I kind of wasn't
Oh
expecting
my
it from this
God.
cast.
And
If
like
And
everyone is down for the
what's
listen, if we
talk.
crazy
covered
is like the person that everybody was saying is the villain in promos is kind of giving nothing so far.
thus
Miss
far,
Who's the
yeah.
villain?
Arietti.
Miss Arietti has been
Oh.
given like side
Giving
shade at
nothing?
most.
She's been like nothing in the drama department, nothing in the villain
I
She
mean,
department.
she's just
I
a
she's been
nasty
a hair bit
cunt.
shady. She is nasty, but not to the extent where she's gotten open airtime about it, aside from the Cheeseman corner.
Hmm.
I have a sneaking suspicion that she might begin a villain arc,
Hmm.
Probably.
and
And
that's
she's
all I'll
lost her
say.
love, her one
I feel
true
like it's
love.
gonna be this up and
Spoiler.
coming episode
Shh.
because because something happens. But listen, all I will
They
say
have the viewers haven't seen.
before we get into before we get into the outfits and the looks, if we watched Untucked, we'd be here for years with this
Girl.
cast. Let me just say,
I literally had to
Wow.
purchase this episode of Untucked because it's one of those episodes where it's like, okay, I
oh,
have to
I got to
watch.
watch it. It was good.
Oh, I
It
haven't
was
watched it yet, so
Oh
I
my god,
should.
it's
Yeah,
so good.
You
It's so
haven't
good.
seen
Okay.
the
I haven't.
Joella. This is the Joella episode of Untucked, Mama.
No, I
I
haven't
haven't
seen
seen
it.
it.
Oh my
Her
god.
holding hands. I'm just gonna say it, okay?
Yeah,
Her
yeah,
holding
yeah.
hands with Lucky Stars and being like, "Girl, I just know that I'm not going home. Like, there's no way." And so I'm so sad that it's us in the bottom together, sister. But I know I'm gonna be here next week.
That's crazy.
And she's like, "I'm so sorry. I didn't want it to be us, but I will be returning for another episode."
That's crazy.
I
Lucky Star's just sitting there like, okay. Like,
I live.
it was so
Um,
good.
but speaking of these looks, before we get into them, our guest judges this week are T.S. Madison, who is a recurring judge, I believe.
Mommy.
Her mother, T.S. Madison,
Not the boardworms.
not the Bullboard, Puerto Rican.
Bitty bitty bum bum.
Bitty, 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 bitty. And then Sandra Bernhardt, I only know her from Pose.
Oh, I know her from a. You can
Uh,
cut this out from a clip online
well,
of her doing a routine and saying the N word over and over and over.
yeah.
So kisses to her. That was very
Uh,
strange when she was on when she was on the episode because I was like, oh,
well,
that's the only thing I know her from.
people grow up and can be
Oh,
forgiven. I just don't know how long ago this thing was,
It
but
was really old. We can cut
okay,
this out though.
okay. So she's more than changed since then.
I mean, we know RuPaul is an apologist for white people, so
hey, Scarlett Adams.
hey Karen.
So the looks category is Monopulence. And
Ooh.
first to the stage is the orange group, and they started with Lucky Stars.
Well, this
Oh,
is Susie
Well,
too.
that's Susie too.
well,
That's Susie
well,
too,
hold on, hold on.
bitch.
Yeah, so I just want to quickly say something. The
Oh, stop.
wiki does not have the looks right now.
Yes.
And I had to take this from Instagram. So first, I just need to shout out to Drag Race.
Yes, girl, you saved us.
Ooh.
Thank you for whoever runs the page. You are a real one.
So
We
it
love
Always.
might
you.
it might not be like in the correct order of how they were on the show, but we will be going through and giving our opinions.
Why is nobody ready?
So presenting to the stars. Once we find her, we'll be lucky stars.
Oh, lucky.
That just
Okay,
said so.
I
Spoil to the first girl because
okay.
those are my
Okay.
notes.
Okay. Lucky stars.
Um,
Oh, I forgot. Oh my God.
Sister was a valiant effort.
No, it wasn't.
And
Okay. And
This was such a choice. Like,
it
And she was, I will say, like, regardless of the outfit, she just drew a bad card in having to go first
that's
too,
true.
mhm.
That's
out of
true.
everybody.
And
And like,
she knew it was rotted and gutted.
and I think like I can understand the desire to want to prove that you can do something like this,
Yeah.
but if you want to
This
do
is,
that,
Mama, this is week
Maybe.
two,
I
basically. Like,
I would have waited, especially
yeah.
with it being
right?
week
Like,
two. Like, do something that's still in your wheelhouse and then give them the
Hmm.
change later in the season.
and I would have loved to see her just do something cuckoo
Like
bananas
quite
crazy for
literally a
this.
fucking orange. Be an orange.
Literally.
Yeah.
Be an orange. The theme's orange.
And
Yep.
like I think because like the dress, it's bad, but like what makes it worse is the fucking, I'm so sorry, the bad
Let's say it.
makeup
Yeah.
and the flat ass wig.
It gave the female gremlin in the worst way.
Oh.
And I'm
And
so
that just
sorry because
tea.
like I was so excited for Lucky. I really wanted to see them go far because like
Same.
I love when queens have a really unique aesthetic and like just
Same.
ah, I was so disappointed in this.
So here's what I would change with it. I would not put the random stuff on the corset. I would close out the hoop that she's trying to make to at least like I know she's trying to show leg, but girl, this could have been the time you could have closed the leg. And the rest of it I do not know, but at least those are some of the improvements that I could think of.
She said, I couldn't think of anything to improve the rest of it yet,
I
but we'll get to that later.
I really can't because I mean she's done far better than I would ever know what the fuck to do. But for her, and especially with the caliber of drag that she's already shown us that she knows how to make and
Hmm.
craft, this does not hit the mark for me.
Yeah. Go ahead,
It's
Mackie
But the
doll.
female
it's such a
gremlin is
shame.
crazy.
What I like about this outfit would be I think she's a really nice like white bracelet on.
And
Max
that's
said, I'm
real.
finding it. I'm finding it.
Let me look. Magnifying glass.
Like, the
Um,
thing is, this is garbage.
yeah, this isn't good. I
Mm-mm.
think you should practice a little more doing a more like traditional style of drag because Lucky Stars is known for the more artistic type of drag, and if you're gonna do the more traditional stuff, maybe practice a little more
Yeah.
Yeah,
in the mirror
yeah. Like they
and
said on
have
the pit stop, like, this is not, you don't need to, oh, and RuPaul says it all the time, you don't need to reinvent the wheel.
You didn't get a
You
read
don't
by
need
the
to
way.
reinvent the wheel. Like, this is not your tea. And it's week two. Like, it's the
Hmm.
second real round. Like, and it's the first time somebody's getting eliminated. You can still do your drag.
Yeah.
Like, you'll be fine. You're not gonna get clocked for like not doing something different. It's week two. So
oh,
let's
if
it
it
was
w
such a choice
it was such a huge risk and like
for no reason.
there's still like everyone is still in the competition.
Hmm.
I don't think making this huge of a risk was the smartest idea when there's
Hmm.
still 14 queens in the
I want to
competition.
know, like,
Oh, at
why
all.
did nobody say anything?
Because it's a
Because
That's shade.
I was
competition.
about to say they're all shady. What do
What
you
did Arietti do?
No, like, why did Arietti not walk over and be like, sister? Like, I want us to keep doing our thing behind the scenes, so
I mean, she did
maybe
that,
we
just
go
not
cuckoo
with Miss
crazy.
Stars here.
Literally,
I give this a boo.
this is a boo.
I'm so sorry, Diva. It's a boo.
This is very clearly a bow.
This is the ultimate chop of the episode, I fear.
Mm-hmm.
Now, speaking of tangerine cuties, next to the stage is Hormona Lisa.
Let's see if the slide reveals. Oh,
It's just,
yeah.
they're in the
Yeah.
same group.
Yeah.
Now, talk about a complete 360. I love this bitch's look. She has a hoop skirt, like a hoop skirt. She's shiny. She's gorgeous. They were allowed to use their own wigs, correct?
Yeah.
'Cause I
Yes.
think there's like a hint of pink in her wig, which is this
Hmm.
half. Like, gorgeous. I think my one thing was that because it's a design challenge, we probably weren't going to see something too magnanimous and outside of the box because we've already seen this silhouette and this particular style of look on Harmona. I love it. It's great. It fits her correctly. She knows what works for her body. It's just I hope with what we will potentially see with her in the future that she starts to change it up because we know this is gorgeous, but I want to see more gorgeous things in different silhouettes and forms on Miss Hormona.
Yeah. I think this look was
Agreed.
really pretty, and I'm really happy that she looked really pretty. And I think she also got around to the fact that like this dress didn't really need the stones actually. It actually looked pretty, especially on camera. It looked really shiny
It did.
without the stones. And
I mean, look at it
her
now.
her and Untug being like, actually, thank you for having me take off the stones because it gave it a sort of like scaling pattern on the dress that I really love. Like, okay, girl.
But
We don't need to like talk ourselves that much into it. It didn't do all that.
she
But
wanted to
That's
make
that's
sure it
fair.
made it into the episode.
yeah. But it was good. I loved it.
I think on
Hmm.
like an older season of Drag Race, this would have like swept a design challenge.
Oh
Literally.
yeah.
Oh yeah. No, for sure. Now, there's one little thing that I don't like about this outfit. It's the only part of the outfit I don't like. And it's the little thing on the shoulder. It kind of reminds me of like an orange prolapse.
Bitches can't reference the prolapse dress anymore.
Please no.
No.
Um,
Like,
And won't.
to me, that piece is one of those things where it's like damned if you do, damned if you don't. Because if you take it off, it looks too basic. If you stick it on, you may not understand what it's for, but it adds like texture to the overall outfit.
it's just like there.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
whatever. It adds a little dramatic flair.
It
Pretty
just gives up like a scrunched up ball of paper, but like with the
I could
I
see
fabric.
that.
guess.
I'm like, I don't know. Could have made like something, maybe like a cute little origami, like fish or something, or because wasn't she trying to be like, oh, I'm a goldfish?
Why
Yes.
don't you make us an origami fish right now?
I don't know. Maybe she's hormonally has a hidden talent of origami.
One thing she does have is a woo from me.
It's a woo.
It's a whoa.
And yes, it is a woo.
It's a Chattanooga. Whoa. All right. What? She's from Chattanooga. Next to the stage, because we love her, it's Miss Lexi Love.
Hmm. Miss Lexi.
Now, when I heard about her idea for this runway, I said, I am on the fence because if it doesn't work, she's fucked. But
Yeah.
thankfully, it worked really well. She shows
Hmm.
off the gams. She got legs. In the words of Bitch Puddin', she ain't afraid to show that she's a stick.
Hmm.
Um, I just the only thing for me, I just wish there was more train. Like it got, I think it either got caught up or she had to pull it, and it streamlined into like this very small column of it. Where after you see it from where we see it now, it kind of disappears when you go side to side. I
It
wanted more train.
what it needed to be is like somehow after she throws it, it gets battened down and then just like stays in its place and unrolls from there and doesn't move. Because
Yes.
the fact that the bolt was kind of just like dragging behind her, it
Hmm.
it made it not as
It
effective.
made it a little clunky. Like I love the execution of what she has before the train with the dress. Like simple, cute, stunning. She knows her body. She knows what looks good on her. The Bolt was a very nice risk. I just don't think it. I think it paid off like 50%.
Yeah, I think that the
I
the
think it
role
broke
itself was
even.
fine.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was
basically.
like, oh, this is cute. However, for this specific challenge, which is opulence, you're not really giving that. You're giving like a club party dress moment,
Yeah.
and like your one reference is cute, but like it wasn't executed fully. So I can understand why Lexi was safe here.
Yeah, and that's kind of how I feel about it. I'm like she made a good garment
Hmm.
and like I think it's
She looks good.
yeah, she looks
And does.
gorgeous.
And
It's
does.
it's styled
That
really
mug.
cutely, but it's
Stamped.
just not really it's not opulent. I agree.
Hmm.
And again, Mother Aaliyah, just twins.
I really, really, really enjoy Lexi's mug. Like, especially on this photo.
Mhm.
I
She's
to
severe in this photo.
to me,
Hmm.
this is my favorite like photo of Lexi Love.
She
This
looks
is a
like Kylie
great
Minogue.
photo.
Yeah.
She looks like Kylie Minogue in the face,
she's giving
She
grand
does a little bit
prize
look like Kylie
femme
Minogue. You're
queen
right.
face category closed.
or like Bella Hadid and Kylie Minogue had a baby.
Whoa.
Mhm. The
They had
little
a they
woe
had
from
a
like
Lexi Love child.
Ah,
Wow.
ah. No, but for me, this is a woo.
It's a soft one, but it's a woo for
It is a
mistake.
soft one. It is a
Yeah,
soft one.
woo.
I'll give it a woo for sure.
Now going from a woo to a toot, we're going to Miss Susie Toot.
Susie
Basketball back,
too.
girl.
Give
Mac said, "I
me a
know where that one
I
second.
know
is."
that one
Yeah.
is
Oh, ooh, from
Oh,
from
here we
Team Red.
go.
See, this picture, I like this better in movement than in the picture that we are currently being provided, but that again is no
Yeah.
one's fault. She looked decadent. She looked gorgeous, of course, like the little hee hee, the horns, cute little touch. Nothing out completely like out of the box for Miss Susie, but I think she stayed within what she knows. She gave her energetic flair to it. It's cute. I like it.
And I will say I really think her makeup is like
hmm.
better
Yeah.
proportioned
Yeah, her
already.
makeup
Very
looked
much.
I
good this
agree.
episode.
Like it wasn't just stark. Like she has some contrast with that red and where she normally shapes her eyebrows to where it kind of fills her up a little more.
I think she looks like her face looks gorge.
It
I
does.
y-
Hmm.
Definitely. I especially love that under the eye, the eyeliner kind of gives like upside down like devil horns. I think that's really, really sickening.
Yeah.
This is something that Mercy Kills, which is like me if I did drag would wear. If I had to do like an old like an older olden
Com
days.
Oh,
coming soon. I review Drag Race season 3.
I
Well,
wish.
well,
I'll host as the reigning champ.
mm,
Um,
um,
ew.
but I really enjoy this outfit overall. Um, I think in the Team Red slide there might be more of a like more you can see in the outfit, so I'll just like do this. Nope,
Nope, it's the
Same
same.
exact
it's the
picture.
exact same. I
She
lied.
said you can see more on this
I
slide.
actually totally lied. Gotcha. Pranks.
Ooh.
Oh,
I
well,
hate this picture of it personally.
Yeah, but
Because the only thing I'm looking at, so y'all know that meme. That's like you can always tell when a twink got one in the chamber.
I hate that. That's
So that's
crazy.
all I'm staring at right now is
That's
like,
literally so crazy.
that's wild.
oh God, it's the worst picture that could have been chosen up here because it's what I'm looking at because of that stupid
and
meme.
you're disgusting for that.
That's crazy.
But the look itself is cute.
It
It
is.
looked better on the show for sure. Like when she's walking down the runway, it looked
Yeah.
like gorge.
Hmm.
But it was giving safe too. And after what we learned about like having to also take some things off,
Stones.
it made sense that like this was just safe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
It's a woo.
It's a woo.
It's a woo. She looks gorge. Her
Whoa.
like the dress is fine.
Next mom is Ariadne.
Ooh.
Now, high horror.
This is the winner of the challenge.
No notes.
The body is tea.
Actually, you know what? Just one small note I would have done without the sleeves that are going down like I like the big puff. I don't like what's attached to like the
I
cuff
love
area
it.
here
The
coming
thing that's
down.
hanging down.
Yeah,
I
No, I
live for
live for
that.
that.
like it's a good dramatization, but I guess for still, again, I think I
Even
like
in
it
the
better in movement.
still.
No, yeah, I'm with
I'm
Morgan. I live
sorry.
for it.
Like this bitch has
Like,
enough paint in the face, the hair, and everything else to where
And
I
the
don't think she
wig.
needs it. The
Oh,
wig.
like that
The
wig.
Wig.
wig. Like, I honestly don't think she needs them. It's great for dramatization, but I don't think she needs them. If she got rid of the little long things, there's enough drama within her that I
This
would
should
still
have won the
call this top.
challenge.
Oh,
Full stop.
I'm here for that.
Like,
Full
I'm
stop.
so sorry. I'm gonna let I'm gonna let the
Are
winner of the challenge
are we?
finish, but this is the winner.
yeah.
This
Like
was so
RuPaul's
fucking
Drag
good.
Race has fucked up drag. Because
Oh, mm,
the other look, and when we get to it later, like I am gonna be a defender of that queen.
yes.
However, this was the winner. Like this was everything. This was something so it seems so different than what we've seen
Yeah.
before too. And like you can't tell me that this wasn't the winner. I don't believe you.
Yeah.
This bitch looks so good in red.
Ah, there's something
I
about a sexy queen that wearing red. Like, come on.
And I'm
I
still, oh, the hair. It's so
I
good.
f-
The
I
hair
feel
is
like
so beautiful.
I feel like two queens should have won this challenge because, in my opinion, overall, this challenge was done very well.
Hmm.
In my
Who's the
in
other
my
one?
opinion, the queen who did win.
Oh, I hate a double win,
Oh, we know.
I
especially when
don't
one
mind
is
a double
better.
win if it's a pairs challenge, but a
Yeah.
double win on a singles challenge, eat my
I
ass.
like a single win because it's supposed to be a single win, and there should have been a single win, but just another person.
Right.
All
Mwah.
right, girlies.
Um,
I give this a woo.
It's a woo.
This is the top woo of the week.
I'll agree with that,
Whoa.
Morgan. Top woo of the week.
I'll agree. And next, oh my gosh, is she just wearing panties? It's Lana Del Rey.
I wish we got to see the full length of this because
Listen,
it
yes,
needed to be full length, and that was my one critique with it.
Yep.
This
yeah,
was cute though. This was really gorge. She looked so pretty. She
Mm-hmm.
looked expensive. She looked like a model going out to dinner. Um, However, was it giving like full opulence? No, no, it
no,
was not. It
I
was giving
think
a cocktail dress.
I think she really benefited from the fabric she chose in that it's that like velvety, silky kind of
Mm-hmm.
red. And so even just the simpler dress still looks more opulent.
Mm-hmm. And I think
Um,
she also got an advantage because she's pretty. If an ugly bitch wore this outfit, they'd be in the bottom.
yep.
yeah.
So
For me, construction was but she sold the hell out of it.
I personally don't love the piece that's going
The
like
back
over the
piece.
shoulder.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
not a fan of it either.
It gives
It
like
all
person
everything needed to be
tying a like
longer.
sweater around their neck. Like, do you know like frat guys
yeah,
like tie a I don't
it
know.
gives like I Dream of Jeannie for some reason.
Oh my
Like
god.
You
I,
know what? I see that. I do see that. Uh,
literally.
the only thing,
Um,
my
God.
one small critique for Miss Jure is that I want to see her in a different silhouette. This is the third time that we have seen her in that straight lace silhouette. Does she look
Hmm.
gorgeous? Yes. But change it around, Mimi, change it around. Like, I'm
Yeah.
ready. She's way too gorgeous to look like that and only stick to one silhouette.
Like
Like,
that's my
period.
thing so far is like
That's
I'm
a
a
crime.
big Lux Nor London, like by far one of my favorite queens of the new era. um,
The new era.
the new era Drag Race. But I don't know. I'm not like coming into the season. I was like Lana, 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 and now I'm like I'm getting bored. Like you're not really standing out for me yet.
It's
Like I'm
only episode
bored.
3, so she's got time, but
But by this point in the season, I was already like a Lux London stan.
I mean, Lux, I was sold on
And Lux
she
won the
said
design challenge
the
as
moment she
well.
said 40 inches, Mom. Like,
Yeah, Lux won the design challenge, and so I think I just expected more
mhm.
overall, especially when Lux had like one of the best design looks of all time.
Yeah, I think we've learned from Canada's Drag Race, though, that having a mother that's good at construction and sewing doesn't always the skills don't always pass down.
Why is Michaela getting shaded like this? Like, and Kimmy,
And Kimmy, don't
like,
forget about Kimmy.
um, but yeah, it was a woo.
It's another soft woo for me.
Hmm.
I'm gonna give it a soft woo.
I was like looking at you because it seemed like you weren't going to be doing all that. Um, and then Benji also gives a woo because I'm going to speak for her. And then next up to the stage, just in case you forgot, just in case you forgot,
Let me click a few slides. Not
let her do her scroll.
here. Oh, Acacia
Oh,
forgot. Oh.
Now, did I forget? No.
I
Did
wish I
I?
did.
I'm still not. I.
Okay, this is
Go.
another one where
Yeah.
like this is another one where I live for like the construction of the garment,
Hmm.
but it's
Find a
not
compliment,
it's
I
not
don't.
opulent. This is not opulent.
Mama.
Like
Why?
if this was any other like design, if they said you get these fabrics, do what you want, this would have been fine. But this is not opulent.
This gave best little whorehouse in Louisville.
I
Like,
just don't. I don't know why her brand is like country. I want to look old with the clothing I wear, and like I love wearing bad drag and designing bad drag.
A little much, but listen,
No,
I
just
don't.
me. Okay.
I listen. I don't mind the country aesthetic, but it has to be executed properly, especially with if you're going with something as specific as the Old West. Like that's a very particular type of garb, a very particular detailed structured type of corset wearing and fitting and whatnot.
fitting.
Like it's
Corset, wearing and fitting.
yeah, I don't know where that came from, but
It's you got influenced by her country demeanor.
I sure did. But a see-through thing where a see-through shirt or part of the dress that could have been the corset where I could see her titties, which is probably where she was trying to be comical, is not the T for her execution of the outfit or the overall presentation. Like, I
Mama, and
understand
that
she's
that
camp.
breastplate.
Yeah. Listen,
Mama,
I understand that she is camp and that's part of her brand, but there are certain ways to do it. I don't think this is the best way for her to do so.
I got flashbacks to Scylla.
Like,
I feel like there are different types of like camp drag queens. There's
and
camp drag queens that are like, oh, you're like known for being funny, and then there's camp drag queens well it's like, well, you're not pretty, so you have to be a camp queen, and I feel like that might be Acacia Vagot
My
currently.
thing is,
mm,
okay, I'm gonna give Miss Acacia some grace here because
Please, she needs it.
I think that she is pretty, and I don't think people are dogging on her mug a little bit too much for me. I think she is really pretty.
she
I think
is.
that her face and the way she does her hair, it gives me like an 80s sort of vibe most of the time, in the
Yeah.
sense that like she should be doing like a jazzercise aerobics number in,
Interesting.
in the best way. That wasn't shade. Like I
No,
think it's
that
pretty. I
was not
think it is
shade.
No,
pretty.
I see what you mean. Like her hair is
It's such a
definitely like
separate most of the time. It's
Mhm.
so like this and this are not matching up to
different
me. Why are you
eras.
wearing literally you're
You're
not one of them's giving like slutty Little House on the Prairie and one of them's giving like I went to a an Aerosmith concert earlier. Like
I was thinking more sheer, like
no,
Share.
No,
I wasn't
that's
thinking Cher.
that's giving like 80s fucking hair band concert at
Yeah,
like
yeah. Like if I was a woman and I went to a Kiss concert and I hated the makeup style or something, I don't fucking know. But this look, this is a chop down. Like this could have been in the bottom two for me, and I would have been like, yeah,
okay, like this was safe for me if only for the construction of it because I thought the skirt at the bottom was cool and it was well
Yeah,
made,
it was.
but like it was another one that I was just like, girl, this is not the challenge. You didn't hit the mark.
yeah. Like this isn't opulence, and that's my thing is like just because you can sew something doesn't mean that you hit the challenge at all. So like, congrats. Like there are bitches that didn't sew something that were slaying you. So
At least Lucky Stars got the idea of opulence. She didn't execute
okay.
it well, but
It's
woo!
like, I don't know if they necessarily connected in that way for me, but
flat orange wig, monopulence.
it gave like circus tent vibe, like ringleader.
So we're gonna focus on Acacia. Boo.
It's a boo. But I
Yeah,
still hold by that like week one she should not have been in the bottom. Because I
I
hate when
could
a
I
queen
could
that does an
definitely
actual talent is in the
I
bottom in
could
a talent
stand by
show.
that.
Give Acacia her flowers, just a small tiny bit.
Completely agreed, and also agreed that it is a boo.
yeah, this is a boo. This ain't for me. So
All right.
Um,
R. Sor. Next to the stage, we have was Lydia Butthole Collins.
Mommy.
I love this. This is so fucking. This is like the kooky type of opulence that I signed up for. I will prescribe to this. It's although what I will not prescribe to, however, is the yellowness that is on her arms. I because I don't know what it exactly adds to, but
she's quirky.
she's supposed to be cheese, correct?
No.
I don't
Oh,
know.
I thought she was supposed to be cheese.
no,
That
she's
no,
just yellow.
mother. I'm so sorry. That was not a read. I genuinely thought that during her walkthrough that she said she was supposed to be like cheese.
Oh
Morgan
my
needs to
god.
Morgan needs to get it together. But
What? Oh, she's giving cheese.
anyways, go. Someone else take it. I can't. I cannot.
I so I gotta say
Uh-huh.
the whole yellow group
Okay.
kind of disappointed me. I did not really live for this.
Hmm.
Personally, I think it's kind of a mess.
And that's
Like
real.
Yeah,
I
not too
think
much.
I think it is clearly a lot of at least like somewhat good construction. Like she made a really intricate thing with a lot of fun texture and cool fabrics and this whole fascinator.
Hmm.
But it just all kind of comes together to what exactly? I don't. I, it's this thing with Lydia that I just can't quite place. I I don't know. This I wasn't really featuring this.
Hmm.
When I saw this, it reminded me of that TikTok lady, the everybody's so creative and her infamous line. Um, it ain't gonna slide down easy if it ain't cheesy. Um,
No.
I love parts of this and hate parts of this. It's very much a mixed bag. Like, also, why I don't love the black hair in this, and maybe it's because I last season Nymphia was all like hashtag Team Yellow and with all the yellow wigs, but I feel like the black on the yellow, it's like a very weird contrast. I'm like, maybe have you got a blonde? Have you got a strawberry blonde?
Oh no,
I don't
no. That
I
would be
don't
really
know.
awful with this.
Well,
I think what I would have really loved is like a nice like brunette moment.
I
But
just don't like the
but
flat black hair on this. It's
the
weird.
flat black hair, and I personally would have loved if the thing on her head was like a funky hat rather than a funky fascinator. I wish the hair wasn't poking out at the top. And obviously I know she has limited time, but and limited resources, but I don't like how the fascinator thing ended up turning out. I also agree I hate the puffs on the arms. I don't get it. I think like the puffs on the arms and the hat are a different like are one outfit. The dress itself is a different outfit, and then her hair and makeup are third completely different outfit.
I would have liked the hair more if it actually was an updo. Because you already, because like
A
the
cunty updo
thing,
that went through the fascinator. Yes.
yeah, I think that would look
Up,
really nice because like
do.
all that's up, no, all that it's showing at the top is this like weird flat black hair and it doesn't look good. Like, no, it's not, it's kind of weird to me. Also, maybe she could have like had the dress, the slit be a little bit different so I'm not seeing like the black panty underneath.
Yeah.
But
So I'm
yeah.
gonna bring some realness to the panel because currently we're not being real. And
Says to
I'm
her.
not gonna be so delusional as the people on Twitter that are like, this should have been on the top. This is the winner
Who said that?
of that girl.
Oh,
There are some delusional Lydia B stands on Twitter that were
I'm
like
looking
calling
right
themselves out
at
their
one.
name. Well, no,
Was she
because I'm
looking
gonna
at
be
herself?
real. I'm gonna be real.
Okay,
Was
Yuri.
this was this the best look of the week? Did it deserve to be on the top? No.
No.
It did have some issues. The overall design was a little clunky and messy. I think we may have like shot for the stars a little bit too much and bit off more than we could chew
Her lucky
as
stars.
an overall design. Well, that would be Ariadne. But this look is still very creative and it's still very on brand. Y'all are still not getting the Lydia but Collins aesthetic
She's
for me.
quirky.
Says you. I
She's like
said I
quirky,
prescribed to
a
that.
little bit creepy. Well, you get it. These two don't. Um, it's a little bit
Oh, but I
quirky. It's
can't
a little
say
bit
that she was going for G.
like it's very much a fusion, and I'm in the Lydia Butthole Collins wavelength at the moment. Like
Hmm.
I'm right there parallel with her, so I'm understanding the vision every time. And I do think the look is okay.
Okay.
Like I don't
You
think
heard,
it's bad. I think it's
you
just
heard
okay.
it. You heard it here first. Morgan is jumping in the butthole. We love a theme top.
Exactly. Time top representation.
Theme
Time tops
top
matter.
anyone?
They just matter. You're muted.
All right, y'all. This has been very fun. This was nice. I hope you guys have a great night.
To me, this is a soft woo.
It's a woo.
Sister, speak it.
Mac, just say it so I can be that girl.
They can't even say it with their chest.
It's a
Like
soft boo.
Oh, oh,
that didn't
it's
feel
a
soft.
it's a boo from me too.
Hmm.
All right.
One day they'll see the vision.
Speaking of Raven Simone Baxter, next to the stage, we're going to have Corey King.
Yep.
Big Bird down.
And
Okay.
is.
No big birds were
And
harmed in the making of this episode.
also sponsored by Butterfinger.
I
What?
This
Listen.
was sort of nothing for me. This is like
Nothing burger.
when they tell you like, oh, just bring a pattern and like make the outfit. That's exactly what she did. She brought she was like, girl, get me my little one dress and then I'll put some fur on it. Like I'll make a little cute handbag and then we'll walk out on the runway.
Now this
And
reminds me
girl,
of a 60s church girl. Like
girl,
maybe not with the
I,
length.
I was on the same length as Miss T.S. Madison. I was like, this is a hooker
This
prostitute
is
whore.
this is a hooker.
This is a girl, she's on the cheap corner.
Not the cheap corner.
Like this gave, I'll say I'll say it once again, this gave like early RuPaul, in the
Hmm.
I
worst way.
mean, where's the
Like
oh?
like in a very outdated, like we need to think outside the box creatively here way.
There's definitely a picture of RuPaul where she looks
Mhm.
exactly like this. Like,
On the panel, probably.
yeah.
And I'm
Yep.
sure all the non-Corey King um all the Corey King conspirators are like, it looks like she's had a outfit from every single drag queen. First it was Monet, then it was RuPaul. Like, I'm
Like it's
sure we're
just
And
about to fucking
giving,
hear it.
I'm underwhelmed by Corey so far. Like what's happening?
and honestly, I would have been like more down for this if it was just like maybe a little bit longer and
Yes.
like accessorized a little bit better.
Mhm.
Hmm.
She doesn't have like a single, she has an earring on.
A single earring, mom.
Like she needed for it to be opulent. If you're not gonna have an opulent dress, you need to have opulent jewels.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Like, how long does it take to make a dress like this?
It was just really basic. Again, like exactly what I said last episode is like so far with Corey, like when we saw Plain had better looks and like a more realized, like expensive taste. And then Corey comes in and it's like, oh, you're like the basic sister, clearly.
I would. One thing I do actually really like is the feathers around like the shoulder because it kind of reminds me of like
The
rich woman's
feathers.
like fur,
The
like a
feathers.
fur.
Well, yeah, it's because it's like a fur.
Well, yes,
It's
It's
not
like that cheap
feathers.
but
rug fur,
Yeah,
like the $10 carpet you can
it's like
get.
shag. Yeah.
Had one, had multiple because they were so cheap during the pandemic. I was just replacing carpet if it got a little bit dirty. New carpet because they're literally like $30.
And I
um,
think like the cute little bag she made is fun.
No, it
I
looks
don't.
really weird. That's actually probably my least favorite part of it. That bag, especially in this photo, looks a mess.
And I don't really love the thing on her head. It gives me like Venus flytrap.
And that's the part I like the most. I like the fascinator in the wig.
I like her smile the most.
She looks pretty.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's a really nice smile.
Body right, makeup
Well,
right,
duh.
hair right. Like,
Yeah, this color hair looks so good on her.
mhm. And also, I'll say it. I'll say it. I don't like this color on her, strangely.
The yellow.
Yeah, like maybe this specific yellow is like a little weird for me.
It's like a highlighter
You
yellow.
can, yeah, you can see it in the
It's
dress.
like
It's like
cheap yellow.
that
Yeah.
greeny liney yellow.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a
It's
boo.
a boo.
She needed
Boo.
like a more golden yellow.
Mm-hmm.
Boo.
Like a warm yellow.
Yeah. All right. I'm sorry, Corey King. It's a boo.
Now, speaking of LA, next we have
Oh,
Joella.
I forgot there's more.
Right.
Oh,
Joella.
So, as I was preparing to come onto the pod and I was in the shower, I was thinking upon this look, and you know what it gave me a thought of? You know those Ferrero Rocher wrappers?
Ah,
Right.
That.
Right.
mhm, mhm.
Or no, I'm sorry,
Um,
the Lindor truffle wrappers where they kind of open out and that
it gave
nice.
me bad drag.
Well,
Mind
I
you, this is the premier Slasian diva of LA.
like this. I mean, it's a bodysuit and then two big pieces of fabric with a bow on it.
Girl,
Well,
a bow is generous.
And is.
And she chose the material for the bodysuit that is like blocky, and so it keeps coming off in weird angles, and it looks like you're just like completely unhemmed everywhere.
And
yeah.
it does, yeah, it doesn't help that that particular like dark emerald type of green is also reflecting off of her, so it does not flatter her body the best.
Well, and she just she said she had this bodysuit made, and then she said, "You know what would make this great? Some fabric."
Hmm.
I I see if I had green and I like was looking at this like blocky kind of fabric, I feel like it would be so fun to make like a gown out of it and not a shitty little bodysuit. And Wicked Wicked is like just around the corner, especially when they were like going into filming the show. Like I would have done something and I don't know, I think it could have been so much better than
I
this, but
think the
it's
thing also is that like the green on the bodysuit and the green in the hanging fabric are like once
very,
again we have like a warmer green and then like a cooler
And then this
green
cool green,
and
yeah.
they're just
yeah.
clashing and there's no accessories. There's not
There's
a
not a
necklace.
single accessory.
There's an
Is she even wearing
earring.
nails?
Mama,
Okay,
she
she's
has
wearing
her
nails.
she has like white nails
Yeah,
on,
she
just
has
like
like French
basic.
tips on.
Yeah. It's so basic. It's nothing. There's no concept. It's just here's fabric and here's fabric.
You know what? Maybe she should have scrunched some fabric up and put it on her shoulder.
Where's the ruching? Why are people
It's
not
here on the
ruching?
shoulder. Can't you see it
Where's
right
the
here
green
on the shoulder?
There's
prolapse?
a
Like,
ham.
There's a
There's a
ham.
hem
I,
here, there's a hem here, there's a hem here.
there's a ham.
Um,
I hammed it.
can I'm gonna say one thing, and like I don't want this to sound like I like this look at all,
Okay.
but I do think her face looks gorge and the hair is kind of right.
It is. If there's anything that she knows how to do, her face and her hair will be stamped. They will be down.
Well,
Well,
this
no,
time,
Well,
this
backtrack
time,
well, no.
that a
Goddamn.
little bit.
Y'all.
Ma'am, she said one thing she's gonna do is have her hair correct, which this is the first time she's done that.
well, yeah,
You,
So,
that's I don't
things
know
and
if I
on
subscribe to all
this isn't
that,
even
but
correct like that.
but
me
this time
reminding
I
myself
think
of
it
the Is It
looks
Cake
good
look.
on her. Is mostly what I mean, and
Yes,
that's
yes, it
like
does.
it's such a basic drag wig though.
Hmm. I don't like the hair. I think the hair is boring, which, like, I guess goes with the fits. But
She needed something else.
why don't
She
we
needed
have
a
like
lot of other things.
why don't we have anything on our head? There's no accessories. Why are there no accessories? Like,
you could
especially
cut
when you know you made like a shit look. We need to dress this up, diva.
You need to
even if
make them look at anything else.
Do what Anya did. We'll
Anything
get to that.
else?
Like
That's
Anya put
wild.
on more jewels and more things to make it flashier and more grand, and is in the top. Like, hello?
just steal some green trim. Fuck, it's not hard.
Literally, like, why? Jules had plenty, clearly. So just go over there and get
Jules
some
had enough to
more.
spare.
Jules had enough to
Apparently
spare
not.
and still get robbed from the top. We'll get to that.
Well,
So,
There
boo.
was one problem. We'll get to it. This is a
Boo.
Boo. Yeah,
boo.
boo.
Like,
Boo. Boo.
All right.
it
So
goes
speak.
without
So
saying.
speaking of chocolate, next to the stage we have Anya Nerve.
I was saving the best for last.
Listen, this is the best Anya has ever fucking looked on this stage. I live for the
Insane.
grand. She said opulence.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Opulence.
And like Morgan was just saying, like if you know you're not a seamstress, but the task is opulence, this is what you do. You dress it up. You give yourself a
Mm-hmm.
necklace. You give yourself this cunty big headpiece.
You give
You
yourself a character to perform.
yep.
Yeah.
Like this is a like a rich 20s mogul like girl.
I'm
She
gonna keep
ate.
bringing up the pit stop, but Monet clocked this. First off, just in general, Anya has one of the prettiest mugs and like one of the most underrated mugs on the season. Like, you're gorgeous. You look so pretty.
She's gorgeous, yeah.
Second of all, in this look specifically, she's giving Phaedra on the traders.
Yeah, she
Like,
actually is.
All I
and
need her to
Monet
do is go
Monet
down
said
to the.
that.
All I need her to do is go down to the end of the runway and say, "Oh no, not Ekansu.
Lord, not
Lord baby
Ekansu.
Jesus, not
Lord, not
Ekansu.
Ekansu."
Um,
But you just looked so good. Didn't care about Jewel Gate or whatever the fuck they're calling it.
Trimgate.
Trim Gate. This was cute. And like, is it the best look anybody's ever made? No, but
This
you look
is
opulent and
it
you
does.
served opulence. Like,
Opulence.
you couldn't tell me
You.
you weren't the headmistress of a house. Like, you couldn't
Yeah.
tell
and
me.
I think what made it worse for Joella was that the divas that got the same color as her both
Hey,
Outdid
looked
her.
so much better.
She said from the house of Trim.
And I really like what Anya did with the trim too, especially in the gown. This little V shape that
Yes.
she made. It makes the shoulders and everything more dramatic. It brings in her waist a little bit.
mm-hmm.
Hmm.
This
Overall, I
this was
loved it.
so good.
Woo!
I definitely agree. Ooh.
Woo! Now, it do take her nerve, and is she more than just aunt? It's Jewel Sparkle.
Here she
This is a
is.
bad picture.
This is a bad picture,
This is a
Like,
bad
but
what
picture.
the
it
fuck?
does cut out
The
The
problem.
trim.
the worst part of the
Yeah.
dress.
Okay. Can we just talk about it? We'll talk about
Please.
that and then we'll talk about how good the look is
Uh-huh.
without that. The line down the middle.
Girl.
Oh,
Woo, 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 woo,
girl.
woo, woo,
No, it
woo.
wasn't a woo. It was a woo. Went like to the side and like down her hip almost.
She said a lion.
And I was like, excuse me, Diva?
Like she need before she got on the runway, like somebody needed to just go up and just like adjust it a little bit, like pull it to the side, turn it around her
No,
body a
it
little bit.
was sound bad.
Well, yeah.
Um,
But she
this
ruched
was,
it. But she ruched that whole
but it
thing.
was first. But the actual garment itself, eight.
Yeah.
This is like a look, like if my girl was wearing this in Roblox.com, eight.
Yeah.
Like I lived for this look, and it was very her aesthetic. She got the
Mhm.
Yes.
like Priscilla Presley vibe down and gave it a little like pop girl spin. Like
She
it was so cute.
the hair and everything is almost giving a little like Audrey Hepburn, like
Hmm.
and
And like it mixes like a little like Madonna in there with the bone
mhm.
bra moment. Like it was cute.
It was
And
cute.
That stupid
only thing
line.
the only thing I don't completely live for is the little neck cowl. I would have rather it had just been like a cunty necklace.
Yeah, yeah. She could have had like a nice little green cunty necklace and
Just
been
like yeah, just like an or
Or if
yeah,
she went like full old Hollywood and it like had a little like train moment coming off of
diamonds.
it.
yes, yeah.
Like
I just don't like this little like collar piece.
yeah, it could have given like a very Elizabeth Taylor like
Yeah.
drama, but
Yeah, yeah,
it wasn't
yeah.
giving that fully.
But I love like these cunty gloves that are also ruched.
Hmm.
Like the dress itself, like she looks so good, skinny little bitch.
And like, what did she need the trim for?
I
She
was
didn't.
just about to say
She
that.
she literally didn't, and I don't know where I would have put it on this because it
Like, I
doesn't need
guess
it.
on the cone bra, like
No,
hanging
I
down from
No.
it, maybe.
it would have looked so no, when I saw like the look for the first like the finished look for the first time, I was thinking like, girl, if you had more trim, it would have been too much
Yeah.
because the
Yeah.
focus would have been pulled more to the trim and not so much on the fucking all that ruching you were doing.
Hmm.
Yeah, if I had to bet money, it would be like the cup of the bra because
Yeah,
there's like
or
nothing right there.
maybe like around the like
The armpit too.
yeah, like around like the trim of the dress and the
Hmm.
like maybe around the cuff of the gloves and stuff.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking because those do look a little bare, but
But
I think it makes it more
I don't think they
simple.
needed it.
Yeah, it makes it more like refined.
Hmm.
Yeah.
But I guess the theme is like opulence, so
But she still looks so rich,
she
like
looks
even
so
without
good.
it.
Yeah,
And
she
I
looks really
think
good.
really the only thing that kept her out of like the top and contention from winning was the construction of the front.
Yeah.
Like that was wild.
Because
Yeah.
otherwise, this is a stunning garment.
Woo!
I think it's a woo.
Woo 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 woo.
Woo.
All right. Up next, from the galaxy down to Earth, we have Miss Sam Star.
Do, 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 do,
Oh my
do,
God, there's more.
do.
I forgot.
Now, who allowed this hooker to look this good? Like,
She Devil
hello.
Blood
I
coursing
was
through
about to
her
say
veins.
the she devil blood was working for both of the girls
By
this
night.
week.
But y'all, Trinity wasn't the one that taught her how to sew. Gag. It
It
was
was
her
her
grandma.
It was her
grandmother.
grandma.
Plot
We have
twist.
a personal moment. Like we get to learn a personal backstory moment about somebody. Shocker, they were the winner of the episode.
Yeah.
But I was gagged. I don't know if y'all were gagged.
I
Um,
wasn't gagged.
like the person we've had like a one note edit from so far is like, here's some personal content. I'm a bitch with a backstory. Like, exactly. But this look was everything. That hair,
And
The like
I love that hair. I don't care. They were trying to read in
yeah.
Untucked. No, ma'am.
What about it?
Oh, I forget who it was that was like, I think Ariadne. I was like,
I
bitch,
think she was
not with
mad
that
she didn't
hair.
win, but I digress. Um,
but
She
no,
looked good.
this is giving like a little like Kentucky Derby, a little
Hmm.
like it's just it's so gorgeous. This blue looks really great on her. The little fan she made out of the same fabric that her dress is
Mm-hmm.
made of. Are you kidding?
She looks
It's
expensive as fuck.
She
it
looks
does.
yeah.
so expensive. And like, I don't know. Sam Star is not necessarily a queen I've been finding myself rooting for as of yet, but this, I was like, she tore this up. I can't even lie.
Yep.
I
The
wish. Oh,
oh,
go ahead, Mackie.
I was just gonna say like the only thing I don't know if I live for is like the bottom part and like how far that should have been
That's
up
exactly
or
what I was just
down.
gonna
Yeah.
say.
Yeah.
I wish the like dress part went down just a little bit further and the fur was just a little bit shorter. But
And
like,
it's kind of baggy too. It's not
yeah,
like it's not falling like a gown
Hmm.
for me there, which is why I'm so mad that Ariadne didn't win. Like, if you have one little thing that's wrong and you're going up against that, you should not be the winner. I'm sorry. And I'm a Samstar defender. I think Samstar 8.
yeah. I think like I I wasn't mad that this won. I was just like sad that Ariete lost.
Yeah, yeah. It's a
Oh,
woo.
it's a woo.
It's a woo.
Definitely a woo.
All right, and last but not least, do we envy her? It's Crystal Envy.
Forgot she was there this episode.
Honestly, well, her opulence is definitely there. Like it gives very like 20s,
This
maybe
gave
early
very like
30s.
Elizabeth Taylor for me.
Yeah.
It was like
Very
exactly
down
what I
for
was
that.
wanting from Jules's look. Um, but it was kind of like I forgot she was there this episode,
I mean,
y'all.
her energy
Like,
has to me reads as like a little subdued. Like it
mm-hmm.
takes a
Yeah.
cute
She's
minute
just
for her
like
to warm up and then you pull it out of her.
she's like cunty, pretty girl. That's what I've gotten so far. And like I guess they don't need a lot of those this season.
Yeah.
So they're
And like
like,
honestly, now that I'm looking at this again, like this is a gorge outfit, but
This
like
is
Oh,
gorgeous.
very,
but
very.
I agree. I also just kind of didn't remember her this episode. I
Yeah.
think the only thing for me about this is that it looks like the like cowl that she's wearing, the head scarf,
Hmm.
is like a different fabric than the rest of it. So it's like
Yeah,
just
it's more of
subtly
like
a
a
different blue.
chiffon, like silky moment
Hmm.
than the velvet. But I'm not mad at that. And I think she looks really gorgeous. Oh, her and a ginger.
This ginger with the blue, it's
This
so
Yeah.
pretty.
ginger.
It's
Oh, that
Very
was
gorgeous.
smart.
such a good choice. Oh
Such a
my
good
Hmm.
choice.
God. And she also had a moment in Untucked. This Untucked, y'all have to watch it. I can't believe you haven't because this is the one that's been talked about online. She had a moment and had to snap at Miss Acacia.
Oh,
Oh, it was cute. Like she had her moment. She said, I would tell you if I thought it looked like shit. And it looked like shit.
oh.
She said, because I'm a real cunt.
Hmm.
And I was like, that, and I got that from her from day one, that like she's a real cunt. That's why I kind of like her, even though she's kind of invisible for me.
What's so crazy is like an outfit like this, put her on almost any other franchise, like any
Hmm.
other show, and this easily is like in the top.
Yeah,
But
I
it,
feel like we've
We
said that a few times now. Where like
Mhm.
but it just shows the
this cast is talented,
And is.
very
and it
and we've
shows
said it in
the
the talent show
stakes
mostly.
too.
the stakes that US Drag Race have gotten up to, like,
Hmm.
and this is why it's so crazy when girls don't know how to sew even at all, because you know that there are going to be divas showing up like this that
Literally,
are going to be called safe. So
literally,
you
Hmm.
can't get by with not even knowing how to sew a little bit. You cannot.
and you won't. They've made it a point now. Like you will not get by. You will be in the bottom.
Well, Miss Envy's not going to be in the bottom today because I give her a woo.
Woo!
It's a woo.
Ooh.
And and that's the last of our girls for the runway. Yes, we clearly talked. Miss Samstar won the challenge. We definitely feel like Miss Ariadne should have taken that top spot instead.
Hmm.
So we're gonna move on to the flops, and the bottom two is Joella, Lindorf, Hirsch, and Lucky Stars.
And it was correct.
It was
Hmm.
definitely correct. Like there were there were no like incorrect placements for me this week except
Like
for
for me, it could have just been a bottom three, honestly.
to be fair, yeah, I can see that.
I was not I was not as mad at Miss Corey's as I was at the other
Oh,
twos.
I wasn't mad at Corey's. I don't think Corey should have
Oh,
been in the bottom three.
Who do you think should have been in the bottom?
Acacia.
That's real.
She's the girl who was like, she needs to have her flowers.
And she does, but she can
Like,
also have
and
her flowers at
I
the
can
bottom.
give her flowers and be real too,
Yes.
because that was a mess.
yeah, what Morgan said was that she didn't deserve to be in the bottom week one, which she did not.
Yeah, and I think she's pretty, which is still true.
So, Lucky Stars and Joella lip sync to The Way That You Love Me by Miss Paula Abdul.
Remember when Paula Abdul was the most lip synced artist on Drag Race?
Yeah,
Well,
and
she's
probably
coming for
still
that
is.
title again.
Yeah, they said we got to get her back.
I think
Literally.
who took it? Brittany?
Yeah, because season 13 had at least 4 to 6 songs in one season.
Was it Brittany
And
or Gaga?
I don't know, because I was about to say, I know we've had a lot of Gaga, and even recently we've had a fair amount of Ari too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if she's up there though.
But
But
they lip sync. Who do you
they
feel
lip
won when
sync,
y'all look? They certainly lip synced. Um,
girl.
Like I
who
guess
who do we feel did better?
Like all Lucky had to do was like not lose a shoe, and I feel like they would have just given it to Lucky. But she just like you could tell there was this frantic energy. Like I
Yeah.
have to show everything
yeah.
now.
Yeah,
Like I'm so nervous and I like fucked up so bad.
it
And this is my chance to show
it's
everything.
RuPaul.
And so I'm doing everything. And I'm taking off my shoes. Oh, when the first shoe went flying, I was like,
You know what? It
go
was
get it
giving
back.
me
Go get it back and act like they didn't see that. Like, please. And then she kicked up the other one. And I was like, no, no.
oh, it was
And
giving
then
me
Joelle was
like
just doing a,
oh, it was giving me the Rock'em Sakura like level of desperation.
mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah.
Um, and
Rock'em
then
Sakura shouldn't have been in the bottom.
no, so real for that.
Yeah.
But for this particular lip sync, we are saying goodbye to Lucky Stars. I did not agree. Not at all. Not once.
I
Well,
agreed with the
like
lip sync
I
outcome.
it's like yeah,
Oh, I'm
like
sorry.
I guess Joella won, but like
Mm-hmm.
I'm
It
not
wasn't
happy
like
about it.
I wasn't like, yay, Joelle.
She
I
said,
was like,
"Oh,
oh no, she just beat her.
yeah."
Like,
She just beat her with that.
literally, like she beat her with like literally a 1-2 step number, like throw any old drag move into the gig and just know the words.
No, really. She said,
Like
"Watermelon, watermelon."
it was, ah, and it must have really sucked to be lucky, honestly, because
She was certainly
like
unlucky.
I'm getting sent home by Joella. Like I'm
Beast
mean.
Legion Diva of LA.
So it
What's
comes.
Sam Stars say? If that's the best LA has to offer, girl, I'm not coming back.
Listen, and speaking of not coming back, she got to pull the lever for the
Oh,
badonkadonk twist, and
Spoiler.
she didn't
Spoiler,
get
it
it.
was red the first episode.
spoiler, it's
She didn't go
chocolate.
home. Literally, it's Chocolate Sisters. And we say goodbye to Miss Lucky Stars. That sucks. Yo, go book her. Go follow her. Go do
No,
all the
literally.
things.
Because you know those posts are gonna be epic.
Hmm.
Hmm.
I'm really excited to see what what her package looked like
Yeah,
for
Yeah.
this
same.
season.
And oh, did anybody watch the What You Packin'?
I didn't. I
Oh, I
just saw a
haven't yet.
photo,
I saw
and
photos too.
on that photo,
Girl,
it looked so interesting. And I'm like,
they looked
damn,
so cool. Ugh.
there was a shark one in particular.
Yeah. Yep. Robbed.
Lucky
Um,
Stars, you will always be a stars to us.
yes.
I want to see her on All Stars.
Anastasia.
Anna Stars, yeah, Lucky Star. Anyone that had star in their name for an All
Sam
Stars.
Sam
Stars.
Star.
Damn star.
Oh my God.
That's three people.
Starlet.
We need seven
She said
more.
there can only be one star in here.
Now we got a ch drag race. All literally all stars. All right, ladies. Well, that has been our review episode. Until next time, sweet dreams.